Listen, if you're an aspiring music producer or a recording artist and you want to learn how to create high-quality music like this, you are welcome to over a decade of experience in making Afrobeat music. The software that I use is called Apple Logic Pro. You go to your Apple store and you buy it. And we have GarageBand as well. Let's go to the empty project. Do you want to create a software instrument, an external MIDI? Do you want to use the session player? Do you want to record an audio or you work with an audio? Let's just say we'll be working with a software instrument. So here, I usually like to leave my channel strip empty. So it will help me to choose whatever I like. I would love to choose what I want. You can take this open library, so whenever you open the software instrument, it will open the library so that you can easily choose any software instrument of your choice. So you can make sure that your output is set to stereo. You can create as much as 1,000 track channels. I don't know which kind of producer. Wait till they produce where you go use 1,000 tracks. You they produce for the god. So let's start with one and we create. It will be easier for you to click this help button. This help button is going to be telling you in this box here about what everything means. Maybe when you open your Logic Pro, you are not seeing all these things that I'm seeing on my own end. Just click Logic Pro at the menu bar, go to the settings and click on General. Click on Advanced. You now click on Enable Complete Features. It's going to bring out all these buttons. Don't allow it to scare you. It's actually very easy. Just follow me step by step. OY is your instructor. So this particular place that you are seeing numbers and all these things is called the display bar. You can edit it to whatever you want. I like personally to put it in custom. Custom will show more of everything that is happening. Here is where you set your tempo. Yeah, this is the timer. This is the counting of bar. This one is your MIDI in and MIDI out. If I on my MIDI controller right now, you will see that there will be a change in that no in, no out now. You can see the MIDI is coming inside, but not outside yet. Guys, with everything I'm showing you here, please listen attentively. You are going to create very nice music with all these things. This is what I do every day, and I'm not cutting corners. I'm showing you how it is. So we have the library on the left. This place is going to show you what you can do on any sound that you play. When we start playing sound, you can change the setting of the sounds here. Quantize means to put the sound in a way that you want it. Maybe you play them is slow. That quantize will shift it to where it's supposed to be. Transpose is to carry from one key to another. You can do a lot of things, but let's not get too deep. How to create a new file. You can actually create a template as well. For example, if we create different instruments and you like to be using that all the time, you can create new projects. But if you want to save this one as a template, this is where you save it as. Just like Afro producers, we have a mixing template already that you can even use. I could have even used that for this project because the kick is already set. All you have to do is to drop it. The snare, the voice, everything is there for you to arrange them and to go. So you can get that as well on afroproducers.com. It's called the Afrobeat mixing template. We can have our project settings as well. You can export your tracks. So this is bounce track. Is for us when we finish making the beat, we bounce it as MP3 or any format that we like. You can create new tracks here. You can also create them here. We can set our recordings, the counting. How many bars do you want it to count before you record? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try and create a track. It's called a cycle. So it's here. So we want to create like a 4-bar. Afrobeat music, 97 to 1110 is really fine. So for you to change the tempo of the track that you are trying to create, you can double click here and write the number. If you do not set your project from the beginning, you are going to get into problems later on. Let's basically start what we came here to do. There are two ways you can make beats. You can make beats with MIDI and you can make beats by using audio. But I think I would advise us to start using audio to make beats. So what I want us to do right now is to start with using one-shot drums like gi, beh, gi, beh, beh. This is how I do my work. So I'll just go to Afrobeat Producers packs. For example, drums and percussion bundle pack. So this is it. So you double click it, open into the one shot, come into the kick and soft kick. If you want to import the sound, you press forward. So soft kick 7, you have to click, hold and drag into an empty place. The way to zoom out is to use these two functions here, vertical zoom and horizontal zoom. Let's just, for example, make an easy Afrobeat music like bah, 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 bah. So for us to do that, we can first do our kick. So how do you put more kicks there? You hold Alt down, click the kick and drag it to where you want to put it. Something that can help you too is metronome. So we can come here on the right at the top here. You can click the metronome on. The metronome is a click that sounds like this. all these lines, you see that the metronome is landing on them. So on all those lines, that's where we'll be putting our kick. Click, hold, and drag. So when you have done that, you don't need to do the same thing for everything. You can now copy them as a whole. Click, hold, and drag, and copy everything there again. So everything will be doing gi, 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 gi. So we now need a snare or a rim shot. You know, say Afrobeat now. Ba, 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 ba. So this rim shot, you drag it again and drop it just like before. So we are trying to do ba, 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 ba. So you'll be using brain to calculate it. So you click, you see that green plus sign, and you drag it. So what can we add more again? For me, I would like to add conga. So we'll go into percussions, we'll check conga. So let's do so we can find more conga or more percussions to put. I like this one. Oh. This 61 too is good for underground sound. Let's reduce the tempo. I think it's much better like this. Let's go to shakers. Shaker 23 or shaker 24. So we drag it in. As a beginner, I don't want to encourage you to start using loops, okay? So let's see how we can create shakers under it. See, in the whole wide world, for any music to sound very, very nice and high quality, it's all about mixing. And mixing starts from sound selection. This is your mixing right now. If you are able to select the right sounds from scratch, I'm telling you the honest truth, all your beats are going to be sounding dope. That's why you need to get yourself any of the Afrobeat producer sample pack and you are good to go. We can add more things. Wow, I like this. See this clap? It's good. Whenever you want to add a reverb or delay or any of those effects, all you have to do is to come to your left here. This is the audio effect slot. You click it once, it's going to bring them out. Now you can search any plugin that you want. So we have the Space Designer, for example. This is a very nice reverb that is stock plugin for Apple Logic Pro. By default, without tweaking anything. So let's do just a basic beat. Then we can now move on to using effects and all of that. So we go into the FX folder. Let's use the second one. What else can we add to make this nice? Woo! These sounds are incredible, man. You can move your tracks anywhere that you want. Drag it to where it will be. We can make the kick different in the last part. Gi, gi. So let's say we are fine with our drums. What you just do is to now bring in an instrument, maybe a piano, maybe a plug sound. For me right now, I'll need a very nice, soft synth sound. Let me say I want marimba. We have different type of marimba. So let's check another sound again. If you can play the keyboard like this, you can also click in the keys. So what you can do is to right-click on your mouse. You can use the pencil tool. Use it to create what we call a MIDI region. So you double-click it. Pencil tool is what you use to draw any chord that you want. See? So what can we play, for example? You can record by pressing R on your keyboard or clicking R on the transport bar. So we have 1 bar count. You do signal U. Beautiful, right? You can see that making beats is actually very simple. So we double click and we come here. Piano roll is where you edit your MIDI notes that you have played. For example, we have velocities, the strength that I used to play something. See, if I press it small, it sounds different than if I press it hard. Even though you play it soft, you can make it hard in editing. That's why MIDI notes are very, very good. For you to edit the velocity of any note, you guys have to click, hold down, drag up and drag down. Let's play back and listen, okay? This is very good that it happened now. For the first chord not to play, you can see it did not play. That means we played before the bar 1. So if we zoom in the piano, you can see that it's over the line. So what we can do is to quantize. So we highlight this whole thing here with the root note. When they say you are playing the root note, it's like the base of this one. If you are playing this one, the root note of it is most of the time is usually on our thumb. If you play it like that, the chord sounds fuller, okay? And we come here, so you make it 1/16 and you press Q. You can see it has aligned to that one. Sometimes it's good to have that humanized feeling in your music. Because for real, if they are to play it live or on stage, you know that it cannot be as perfect as you think it will be. As the beat is playing. Now remember that we can put an FX, a riser. We can use this one. It does not have that. What we can do is to reverse it. For us to reverse it, you double click and you come into file and you go into function and you click on reverse. We are now going to place it to wherever that we want to. All these small things, they create vibes, you understand? I hope so far you are learning something and you are picking up. I can actually make this project file free for you to download. Afrobeat producers make it cool and nice, right? You are going to collect it for free. Don't worry, I'm going to give you. Don't worry. But you have to go and download it at www.afrobeatproducers.com. So let's listen. The marimba has a lot of low end. Let's reduce the marimba gain. As you can see, when we click this low latency, you can see that they are the same colors on the bus on the left. Anything that is going to slow down me playing my keys, or when I'm recording and the beat is going already, but my voice is coming after, like a delay, my mouth is not following the beat, you need to activate this low latency mode monitoring. So let's save. So we come to file and we click save. Yeah, I would like to call it my people. There are different ways that you can save a project on Apple Logic Pro X. You can save as a package or as a folder. As a package, it's like a compressed version of a file, kind of. But I will advise you to save as a folder. So we save it as my people. Let's go. So what I'll normally do, for example, is to add more sounds. For you to create a new track, you can come to track here at the menu bar, create new track. I want another software instrument. I would like to have synth. So synth. So something nice, really. Let's record now. 2, 3, go. Double click again, that means that everything will be good. I have one idea. Instead of let's go. So that one is more sweeter, I believe. I can just not put the clap. Let the music breathe. So we have that already. Now the music is now getting much interesting, right? What we need now are counter melodies. You understand? Something to counter what we are done, you know, all those fillers here and there. Let's look for pluck sound. I think this one has that sort of like professional vibe. So we can reduce the volume a bit, okay? So we can still add one more again. So we can come into a plus sign there, add another one. There is one synth that I like in the Logic Legacy. This one. Yeah, let's record, okay? So there's a function called capture recording. This function is here. It can easily capture any of your last performance before the cycle goes back again. So as we played that and we did not press record, so you just click capture recording and it's going to bring it out, okay? Guys, so there we have our full beat. If you're an aspiring music producer or music artist, you can say we did not use any loop. We only use one short drum kit from the Afrobeat producers drums and percussions bundle pack. Guys, we have not even touched the drum loops. We did not touch the shaker loops. We made it as simple as it can be. So after you do all these things, you start arranging, okay? So how do you arrange? You copy again, like, oh, okay, we are done with selecting sounds. Now it's all about arranging and we want to start recording voice and all of that, okay? So we can also close our library sounds by pressing Y. So we have more space. So we can double this one by holding the Alt, holding the left click and dragging. We need to do our intro. This is just my own style. I'll remove the kick. I'll start with the snares. So we have not done drum roll. Normally, I like to do my drum roll by triggering it with the VST plugins quick sampler. So I'll just put all my this thing there and just play. Or if you want drum roll, you can just use the one that comes with Logic Pro. You know, software instrument create, drum kit. So you can play it wherever that you want on your keyboard, okay? Let's just play that one. Ooh. So I like that. We can even come here and find some effects. We can drag an effect here. See, we can put this bed effect as well. we can put a reverb there, space designer on the bird sound. We'll drag our clap here so as to enable the drop back. So that's what we can do with what we have currently right now. But as a beginner, don't worry about that. You have a nice drum beat right now. You remove this sound and all these sounds, you now start to declutter the sounds. Then start with simple things. You can even do another break here. So let's see how it sounds. This thing can sound more better. Let me drastically just increase the volume, put reverb, and see that. You see how it sounds now? If you're an artist, a music producer, or a beat maker, just have some ideas down in case the artist want to use it, or you yourself as an artist, you are going to use it. Let's try and test the microphone. You remember the first video of this series? We showed you how you can connect your microphone and all of that. One or two ideas will come your head. This is Audio Technica AT2020. Get my phantom power, which is the 48 volts. If you remember, guys, mic check. You can see now the mic is working because it has powered it up. So we open a new track, and now we need the audio, and I want only one track for now. Click on create. Let's check my voice on this beat. I really wanna get to know it. I really wanna get to know it. Make you my personal person. I really wanna get to know it. Yeah, we are gonna get the Afrobeat vocal preset as usual, guys. I really wanna get to know it. I really wanna get to know it. Make you my personal person. I really wanna get to know it. This is what you need as a music producer. Go on afrobeatproducers.com to get your own copy. It comes for Logic Pro and it comes for Wave. Tell me that is not sweet. I need to just finish that. Ooh la, ooh la. Let us double it first, okay? I feel like it needs to be more fuller. Make you my personal person. I really wanna get to know you. So all these things are just basically ideas. I can just cut off some of them. Ooh la, ooh la. Ooh la, ooh la, ooh la. Ooh la, ooh la. Ooh la, ooh la, ooh la, ooh la. Woo! Yourself, you know, say this one dope bad. As a beginner, you can make this type of music. So you see all the elements that make up for this beat are on afrobeatproducers.com. See, if you have not watched the previous video on how we set up a studio, how we put the equipment together so as you can record high quality music like this, you need to go and watch that one, then come back to this. So if I can do a music like this, I don't see anything where you no go do. And if you don't fit do them, that means say you be olodo rabata. Oju eja lo mo je.
Oh, why makes it cool and nice.